Man, you're always full with good stories. I think even the last time we talked, you gave us quite a tale of how you got your job back in 2006 when you were trying to get tickets to, I believe, an event, and you were also trying to impress a young lady.
I was trying to get laid.
You're trying to get laid. Can you give me the clip
That
notes
girl
of that?
turned me into an Asian redneck.
That's what happened? You try to get laid, and you end up becoming an Asian redneck. That's what we're understanding here?
Yeah, seriously.
Wow. That's the best story in the world. Can you, is it, when I go meet people and they're like, oh, I saw this interview with so-and-so, like, oh, Marginetti, remember that time you found cocaine on the floor when you interviewed him? Like, yes, I do remember that. And with you, they're always like, remember that time he told the story? Like, out of all, like 300, 400 interviews, they're like 5 get brought up all the time. You explaining that you're trying to get laid while getting tickets to wrestling is one of them. And so I thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
It's a great story. It's a great story. I'll probably just drop in that clip right here.
There's a story that I think you've confirmed before, but this is hilarious, and then I want to talk about it a little bit. There's a story that Vince McMahon forgot he even fired you.
Yes, so that's the impression I got when he rehired me, because like this is the crazy story. Like I was just trying to get laid one night, and there was a pay-per-view close by, and this girl, I was trying to get tickets and do the whole thing. This is after I got fired. So like, oh yeah, this chick was really hot. They're close by. Get awesome tickets and everything. And when I showed up, like me and Vince crossed paths, and he's like, Jimmy, where the hell you been? I was like, you fired me? He's like, what? I did? What? And then it got busy, and I said, oh, I'm going to come back and talk to you. And then the days going by, and then the crazy story is that pay-per-view was when Vince was versus God.
Oh, Backlash 2006?
There you go. And then Shawn Michaels was wrestling against the Spirit Squad. Do you remember that?
Well, that's I think Vengeance 2006 when Triple H and DX returned. But if you know about Backlash, when it's Vince and Shane McMahon versus Shawn Michaels and God, which is just like a spotlight on the ground. That's Backlash 2006 when the Spirit Squad come out and get involved. They do beat him up.
So that's the spot that they did with Shawn Michaels when the Spirit Squad came out there, lifted him up, went through the table. Shawn was like, I'm not sure if I want to do that, and then they say, oh, well, let's do it for you to make him feel comfortable doing it. And I'm sitting at catering, texting this hot chick, like, hey, yeah, I got tickets or whatever, and they come run to me and I say, Jimmy, what are you doing? I said, I'm eating catering, it's like, they say, can we use you real quick? I was like, sure. And I go to the ring, and Spirit Squad, Shawn Michaels there, Vince, and Michael P.S. Hayes. And they say, Jimmy, you mind if we just throw you up and put you through this table? I'm like, okay, And so I'm getting ready to I get in the ring, and then Michael Hayes tells Vince, like, hey, Vince, you think Jimmy should do it? He's not under contract. He's like, oh, he should be under contract. Let him do it. And they threw me up 20 feet in the air, went through the table. Shawn asked me how it felt. I said, it wasn't too bad, so, and then he did that spot, and then he's like, went back to catering, lining things up for the night. And then they come to me again and say, hey, Jimmy, can you come to Columbus tomorrow for Raw? I was like, my mind, what I was going to do that night, it's like be up all night and do whatever. I was like, yeah, I guess, I'll come to Raw, it's whatever. So that plans got changed, and I went to Raw, and I showed up, and they say, hey, you mind doing a match on Sunday Night Heat with Charlie Haas? I'm like, sure, and then we did the match and had a really good match in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then after that, they was like, hey, can you come to Cincinnati tomorrow for SmackDown? I'm like, man, I want to get laid. Like, whatever. I was like, man, you guys ruined it. But whatever. So I was like, yeah, that was my hometown for a long time. So I was like, yeah, I'll come down. And when I walked in, they say, hey, come with me. And they offered me my job back. And then that night goes by, and then I'm kind of getting long-winded with this one, but like,
I love it. Keep going.
Okay. So the night goes by, and then I was like, man, I want to go thank Vince McMahon for hiring me again. This is my third run with the company. So I wasn't expecting getting hired back and all that stuff. But this guy's hired me 3 different times. So I knock on his door in his office and go in and say, "Hey, Jimmy, how the hell are you?" So I say, "Oh, I'm good. I just been in Ring of Honor doing stuff, but I just want to say I appreciate you hiring me back." So, "Oh, I didn't know you was fired." So, but anyways, like the last time you was here as a Keo, you're this Korean dude with this Southern accent. I say, I don't have a Southern accent. I don't think. I do say y'all and that, but I just really just speak English instead of like Ultimo Dragon or Tajiri with broken English.
Yeah.
He said, when you was a kid, I didn't let you talk because you're this Korean dude with this Southern accent. So this time we're going to make a negative out of positive. I'm going to make you the Asian redneck. That's funny. I was like, what? Okay, whatever. I don't care. As long as the check clears every Monday, I'm good to do whatever you want.
Right.
And said, Wang Yang, Jimmy Wang Yang. That rhymes. That's funny. I said, oh yeah, cool, whatever you want, boss. Say, oh yeah, okay, cool. Get out of my office. So, all right, see you. So.
Yes, sir. Out of my office. Yeah. That's amazing. So, let's get to the real subject of this matter. Did you get laid? Did you get laid?
Eventually, I did.
Well, we all eventually do.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
That was a good night. Just saying that whole, doing everything that whole crazy weekend from the pay-per-view to Monday night or the Sunday night heat with Charlie to the SmackDown and getting my job back, this beautiful blondes, like everything was like a real good weekend for your boy Jimmy Yang.
It sounds like a great week.
Yeah.
So people can enjoy that